Well, that paralog was semi-painful. Reggie Bump, note to self, never play Hinata's paralog. Yes, we did scream that. It wasn't hard, it was just annoying. It was so wacky. Thanks for the quartz. I guess I'm gonna freaking fight here again is what we do. Why do I have like the same amount of all these things? Mozu, get in there, destroy some stuff. Get in there and destroy some things. Yeah, that definitely seemed like a paralog that wasn't difficult per se. It was just irksome. So like, what the heck? Why? Why was that paralog designed the way that it was? That was not fun. That was not very fun, to say the least. I need to get some more Eternal Seals. I need to spend more time in that gold grinding map. I already have over 100 hours in a playthrough of Fire Emblem Fate's Birthright, the worst route. With over 100 hours, and I'm saying I need to do like more grinding. This is such a strange world we live in, isn't it, you know? For it to have come to a point that I have over 100 hours in this route of Fates. But yeah. Yeah, the scariest part is having to do it again. So, I mean, to be fair, at least I'll always keep my Birthright file with, like, its progress and such, unlike something like 3 Houses where it's just like, oh, you worked hard in this freaking playthrough? Guess you're soft locked before the final boss now. You don't get to keep that save file. Like, you sort of get to carry over some progress by spending Renown, but if you spend Renown now, then that's Renown you won't be able to carry into further save files, so every time that you freaking think that you can keep any smidge of your progress, you shoot yourself in the foot and freaking... I have some issues with 3 Houses. I have some serious issues with that game, to say the least. Boopity bop. Boopity bop. Let's give the fish dragon some beans. On the topic of other strategy RPG games and such, though, within Fire Emblem and such, one of the games that's having its release date announced at E3 is a small development team game, a small development indie game team. Gosh darn it, a game developed by a small indie team of 6 people, very heavily inspired by Fire Emblem, called Dark Deity, and I honestly think that it seems hella intriguing, and I'll be keeping an eye on it and probably covering it on the channel. So, when it comes to Fire Emblem-like stuff, that's something to potentially be looking forward to in the future. We'll see how it turns out and whatnot. We're gonna have a bunch of supports here. Is there a thing that we can do here? No, the invite ally thing is gone there. There's no real reason for us to bond during the thingamabob. I think all it changes is like dialogue in there. We have a bunch of support conversations though. I guess we'll start out with Hizame's thingamabobs. Also, wait, before I forget, we were discussing it during the last paralog. Where are you? Yeah. If I do like a dedicated session of like, maybe I'll do like some support building up in a hot second here. So maybe I don't actually need to use a heart seal to reclass her back to Songstress quite yet. Do I have any other Eternal Seals? I don't. I don't have any other Eternal Seals right now, I don't think. How many funds do I have? I think I might have gone into the gold grinding map once or twice since last time, if I recall. No, I didn't. I'm misremembering. But yeah. The pixel one that lets you do 3 houses correctly. Wait, when it comes to glitches and such? Wait, oh, are you talking? Oh, you mean like the game and such? At first, when you said Pixel 1, I was like, are you talking about that freaking glitch that recently came out in 3 Houses that's like an insanely specific thing that you can apparently do to like refresh the same month over and over again, which I find like incredibly wacky. We'll see. We'll see if it winds up being the thing that lets us do 3 Houses correctly. We'll certainly see. Yeah, I guess we'll do these Hizame supports. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what our plan is for each of the child units is going to be. Hizame, got a sec? Hello, mother. What do you... Is that... Why do you have that? Is that a Baby Yoda boppet that you picked up from Takumi? Oh, so it's yours? I found it while I was going through my old things. It's a diary, right? Yes, it is. Why? Did you read any of it? Relax, I didn't peek. It just looks like a diary is all. Besides, even if I wanted to look at it, there's a lock, see? Oh, thank the gods. I'd forgotten about the lock. May I have it now, then? Oh, of course. Mother, you can let go now. Are you holding it even tighter? Well, see. Now, guess I'm a little bit curious about what you wrote in here. What? You may be family, but some things should remain private. Guess that's reasonable. Boys your age probably have all kinds of things they'd rather keep secret. Just what are you trying to imply? What is the support? In any case, that diary is from when I was much, much younger. To be honest, I don't even remember what I wrote. Oh, really? You're not just saying that to get it back, are you? Yes, I promise. Now, will you please hand it over? Fine, if you insist. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be on my way. He sure took off quickly. Much as I want to respect his privacy, I really want to know what's in that diary. I want to know what's inside Patrick's secret box. The diary has his security details in it. It has all his, like, sensitive information. It has passcodes into, like, top secret areas or whatever the heck. I was about to say something there. Oh yeah, I've never kept like a diary or a journal or anything like that before, but honestly, starting a channel and doing this over the past few years has basically become like my journal. Like, everything that's happening on stream is recorded. Everything apart from like multiplayer games that can't really be part of a series or a playthrough are archived on YouTube as well. So like with exceptions to things like freaking Dead by Daylight, if I hop into that casually, almost everything that I stream is going to be like archived on YouTube, and that stuff is like being saved until the end of time. We'll see. One day the YouTube will shut down its servers. One day, like, it obviously can't last forever. Who knows when that day is gonna be? It's not gonna be for a hell of a long time. Or who knows, maybe it'll somehow continue to be archived into the future. But point is, like, whenever I'm doing playthroughs, like during the paralog earlier, I was talking about stuff that was happening today and like happenings going on. So in a way, it's like my channel is my journal. Like, there are, I guess, like the really, really sensitive kind of subjects wouldn't be gotten into here a lot of the time, because there is like some stuff that does come up sometimes that I wouldn't really want to like bring onto the channel. There's even been some family stuff going on lately that's a bit complicated that one day I'll probably be able to talk about and be like, yeah, that's in the past now, but we'll certainly see about that. But for the most part, like, most of the things that happen in my life are things that I mentioned on the Stream to Stream here, if something like stood out to me. And in a way, it's like my weird journal. And it's crazy to me to think that I can like go to old playthroughs and see myself talking about like happenings of the time throughout that playthrough and be like, wow, that's what was going on in my life during that time. And what else is really crazy to think about stuff like that when it comes to people like me that are like making videos on the interwebs and throwing that on there, is that it's like we're the first generation of people that are going to have like their stuff potentially be kept as long as maybe humanity's around, you know? Because, you know, anybody could keep like a journal or something like that, but it might wear down and, you know, the original stuff might not be around anymore, and it can just be like, you know, people's best interpretations of what the original thing was looking like. But the thing about, you know, digital content and such is it's like that straight up is the original and such. So it's crazy to think that, like, you know, the past however many decades, I guess, up until now, is like we are the first phase that our stuff is going to be kept until like maybe as long as humanity's around. We'll see. So it's crazy to think that there could be like some people potentially like hundreds of years from now looking back at the stuff from like the early era of, you know, video games potentially, and freaking see stuff like this and be like, whoa, that was a person that lived however many hundreds of years ago and covered that stuff that's been dead for like forever. Isn't that crazy to think about though? That like, you know, we're kind of like, in the past several decades, we're kind of setting the standard for like, this is the beginning of like doing videos of this kind of nature on the internet, and something that, you know, might be looked back on in the far future. As YouTube/Twitch chooses to remove it for not being child friendly. Imagine, I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly would not be surprised about that. Don't even joke about that. You might tempt YouTube. You might tempt them. They might just be like, somebody mentioned not child-friendly content in their video? Freaking pull the emergency thingamabob, press the big red button right now. We're pulling everything off the platform. It's not child-friendly. Not bad, Izami. I mean, the whole child-friendly thing was a whole fiasco because YouTube kind of got notorious about their ability to reach like young demographics. And they made the situation worse by starting to like brag about it being like, oh yeah, we reach young demographics like crazy, it's great. And then people started taking issue with that, with the whole targeted advertising thing. And then YouTube was just like, oh, we shouldn't have bragged about that. Ah! And then it freaking became a whole mess. So Man, that's such a weird place, isn't it? My goodness. Not bad, Hazame. Hiyacho! Bitey! Bitey! Not bad yourself, father. You know, it's been a few hours now. Are you getting just a little bit tired? Looking at these weapons that they're holding reminded me that I need to give at least a Boro a new weapon and such. I might want to censor that on YouTube then. Yep, better censor this before it goes up. Are you getting just a little bit tired? Never. Whoa, hey! Sorry, Hizumaru, I didn't mean to drop you. I guess that's like his full name. Didn't mean to drop you. Wait, what? Father, what did you say just now? When you dropped your sword. What? Nothing. I said nothing. Father, I know you're lying. Okay. I said Hizumaru. Oh, that's the name of his sword, actually. I said Hizumaru. It's the name I gave my sword. Should I freaking rename the sword that he keeps in his inventory to Hizumaru? But it's a secret, okay? So don't go telling anyone. You gave your sword a name. Hey, stop looking at me like that. Look, every swordsman loves his sword. You can't deny that. Even you talk to yours when you're alone, right? We all do it. Well, giving a name is no different, okay? So cut it with the stink eye. Cut it out with the stink eye. What? I've never spoken to my sword. What? Stinky Jesus! You call yourself a samurai? I believe the one who deserves that question is you. Who but a child talks to inanimate objects? All samurai do, you big weirdo. You must not love your sword enough. No wonder your form is so sloppy. Okay then, freaking Owain. My form is fine. And you're the weirdo here. Hey, you can't talk to your father like that. What kind of name is Hizumaru anyway? If the day ever comes that I wind up having kids, I could see them calling me a freaking weirdo because that's, I mean, I call myself a long-haired weirdo all the time anyway. I don't know if that day would ever come. What kind of name is Hizumaru anyway? Do you really not hear how moronic that sounds? What? Moronic? Never mind, you wouldn't get it. I should hope not. Or I would fear for my sanity. Uh-huh. Looks like you still got a lot to learn about being a swordsman. Anyways, let's take a break. I'm pooped. What? Hey, wait. And it's gone. Good grief. But yeah, gave your sword a name without asking to make it official at the blacksmith. I can't believe it. He didn't make it official. We can remedy that right now. Oh, it's called the smithy, not the blacksmith. You want to be technical. No, not forge. Freaking carve a name. What was it? It was Hizumaru, I think. I don't even know what that means. But like, apparently that's the name of his sword. Whoops. Gosh darn it. Oh, I need to hit X to go back, not B. Weird game. Apparently that's the name of his sword.
Much obliged.
Okay, also I need to, before I forget. Oh, you already have a steel thing. Wait, who was it that gained a weapon level? I thought it was a Boro. Hold on a hot second. Who can start using something better? Who was it? It was Tsubaki is who it was. Okay, it wasn't a Boro. I got mixed up. We're running out of freaking steel swords to go around here. Oh no. You can take Hana's for now, I guess. There we go. But yeah, check it out post-production that you can change it off screen. What, changes freaking sword? I don't know what you mean. Wait, what? What's happening? I'm a little bit confuzzled. I apologize. We have some other supports here. And it looks like Asugi is able to do his thingamabob. So let's see his little chats going on here. Why do they always assume that? Asugi, what's wrong? You're muttering to yourself. Huh? Oh, boss. It's nothing. Oh, wait. Hey, buddy. Yeah? You want to go into town with yours truly? I'll have a grand old time, I promise. Why the sudden invite? Did you need to go shopping for something? No. I just heard that a new bakery opened up just outside town. They're said to have the most amazing cheesecakes in the land. And I've been looking for someone to go with me. Sounds fun, but... Asugi, why waste cheesecake on me? Sounds like a prime dating opportunity. Oh, Cribbles, here we go again. Why did I expect anything different? Is something wrong? Whenever I invite someone to get sweets with me, they get the wrong idea. When I tell them I don't want a date, they just think I'm being defensive. Worst part is when they get all twinkly-eyed, I have to turn them down. Oh, that's why you were grumbling to yourself. Yeah, I don't want any dates. I just want to enjoy some cheesecake and chat. Is that such a terrible thing? I suppose not. So I figured I should ask you. I thought of all people you'd understand. Guess not. Sorry, thought I was helping. I'd love to get some cheesecake. I'm a little bit allergic to it, though. I'm sorry to say. Thanks, you're a real pal, boss. Just grab my things and we can go. Asugi sure loves his sweets. Well, I wasn't allergic to him. Wait, I got the sword name wrong? Oh. I mean, this probably shouldn't surprise me that I... But where is the... Isamaru? I can literally check it during the next support here, is what I can do. Watch this. Wait, it's okay, this. No, I can't! Gosh darn it! Oh, if I got the sword name right, okay. But yeah. What's all that noise? Step aside, punk. Hand over all your rare amiibos. All your rare amiibo figurines. Wait, who's that? I swear, some names are like names of voices are hard for me to differentiate in my head. Ah, I wish I could do diverse stuff. Shiro, do you see someone running through here? Yeah, he went that way. Was it? Yeah, a thief. He was trying to get into our war chest. And you're chasing him? Let me come with you. No, he'll just get in the way. Oh yeah? Then I'm definitely coming. Whatever, enough talk. I've got a thief to catch. I've got a thief to catch. Ugh, damn it all, he got away. Mother of all the crime hopping blisters, what the heck? Suki, what the hell was all that about? I would have gotten him if you just quit trying to push me off the road. I had to. It's too narrow for me to just pass you. You'd never have caught him. I think all that ham in your skull weighs you down. What? So now he's saying it's my fault? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you say it was me? Look, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. If you've got something to say, then say it. What is it, huh? Mad you didn't get your way? Well, I'm not your damn retainer. So don't expect me to just scrape and bow, you royal sack of shallots. Don't worry, I don't. I wasn't going to say anything like that anyway. Well, then what were you going to say? Forget it. There's no point arguing over what happened here. I'm going back to camp to give my report. See you later. Fine, like I care. Okay, well, they're off to a splendid start. Yes, I'm sure they like one another. They probably like one another better now. That sounds about right. I guess all that fighting next to one another got this first bond. Hi, Midori. Hiya, Shigure. Check out my herb garden. Isn't it swank? Isn't it swanky? The grammar in this game. You're growing all these yourself. I've never seen so many kinds before. I don't recognize this one. What is it for? Well, it was originally for medicinal purposes, but now it just makes you high as a freaking kite. Don't touch that, Shigure, or else you're gonna be flying high in no time at all. Oh, that one's just a flower. It doesn't do anything special. I'm just growing it with my herbs because it's my favorite. I've got a whole bunch growing right over there, too. Oh, it looks like they're about to blossom already. I'm so excited. I've been taking extra good care of them. These babies are my pride and joy. I can see. They're going to be beautiful, I'm sure of it. Huh? How can you tell? Just a feeling, I guess. I think I could help... Think I could help you water them? Huh? Sure, but why? I just love plants as well. I find gardening very calming. I played a lot of the OG Plants vs. Zombies back in the day. Okay, we've got lots more to water though. Sure you're ready for that? Are there more than just the ones in this patch? Yep, there's some there, and over there, and there. Oh, you've been growing all these on your own. That's a lot of work. Maybe I should help you more often. Sure, if you want. Thanks so much, Shigure. Nice guy Shigure out here. Anyway, I'm honestly debating about building up Asugi and Shiro's bonds. Like, doing the freaking Healy method a whole bunch. Wait, I might not be able to spam the Healy method because I only have, like, whoops, so many Healy stabs. Oh, no. Well, I mean, it might be enough to get there. Those Pegasus was gonna step on him. Or step on the flowers or whatnot. I don't know if Shigure's Pegasus ever comes up in, like, support conversations. Like, it's kind of his default line, but I don't know if it's, like, part of his character. I am debating about getting those supports, like, filled out and whatnot. So, I mean, we have a few child units left here. Mitama It's not Subaki, Kaldori, and Kana. 3 left to go. But what are my planned pair? You know, hold on. I'm gonna queue up into the... I'm really gonna have to hop into the gold grinding map again here. I'm so broke. We could sell some gold bars, but why would I do that? I should sell the gold bars. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I could just sell the gold bars and pick up some more heal stabs. Why is my eye itchy? Hold on. Hold on a hot second. Everybody out. Out, 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 out. So, yeah, Kana's gonna be the last one. But essentially, when it came to the pair-ups with the adult units, the main idea there is, like, what results in, like, some decent growth rates for the kiddos, what passes down the best skills to the kiddos, like, what skills can I get available by doing these pair-ups, yada yada, stuff like that. The pair-ups for my child units are more so based around the class that I have them planned to go into. Who would their pair-up stats be best going to, essentially? Both their own, like, personal pair-up stats and their class pair-up stats. Basically, if they're going to be spending time, like, paired up a whole lot with some other person, like, who would that be best to give that, like, bonus to of both the class pair-up stats and the personal pair-up stats that they get from both their parents? It's just a coincidence they got itchy eye at the same time. Maybe it's like yawning where it becomes contagious. But anyway... because of that, let's have a look here at, you know, the planned kiddo pairings, at what's going on here and stuff that I can potentially grind out at the moment. So it looks like Shigure as my Dark Falcon is planned to go with Rajat, which I guess makes sense to have like 2 magic dudos supporting one another, essentially, so that they give one another magic bonuses. So we can grind that one out a little bit with the Healy spam. I mostly want to grind out Shiro and Asugi right now, so I can, like, slap Asugi into, like, Bazaar, and he can develop that a little bit or something. So let's see here. Dwyer is planned to go with Mitama, who I don't have yet. Midori is planned to go with Shiro, but Shiro is going to be a little bit occupied right now, because Shiro is going to be building up bonds with Asugi, who is going to do this, methinks. Okay, get those out of here. There we go. Yeah, I think he may wind up doing this. I might have to sell some gold bars to get more Healy stabs if we're doing this. I might have to sell some of them, but we'll see.
What?
Yeah, so you'll be in that for a smidge. So you may as well, like, pick up a thingamabob right now. You may as well, and then equip that, and then... Sure, take those. So, those nerds are going to be building up support. While we're here... Yeah, sure. Is there someone you want to build up support with, Azura, still? Kaden, Ryoma, your kiddos. Asugi's going to be a little bit occupied, so is Shigure. So, Kaden, I guess. We're literally going to have all of Azura's supports here. Where's Kaden at, huh? There you are. There you be. So we'll have them be going on their little misadventure over that away. And then let's see here. So it looks like Sophie is planned to go with Hizame, but neither of them can really be healing one another. So that we're not really going to be able to just like jank that over. Shiro with Midori. Karagi with Hana. I don't even remember throwing this stuff together. I think I just kind of slapped it together. Asugi with Kaldori. So can't even really do that right now. Let's see here. Mitama Dwyer and Izame Sophie, Kaldori, Asugi, Rajat Shigure. Yeah. So I think this is basically the extent of the stuff there that we can grind out at the moment. I'm very tempted to get like a smidge of bow experience and then just be on our merry way. This is what I'm kind of tempted to do. So, yeah, we're gonna do another one of our janky thingamabobs of build up support, with the goal of this being to be able to reclass Asugi into a Bazara. I'm also gonna restart so that we maybe get like a gold guy at the front there. But yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but giving Azura all the support is going to be tragic. I mean, we've flushed out like a lot of support throughout this playthrough, more than I ever expected. There we go. I think we've got gold guys now. So, yeah, let's boopity bop. and then quickly turn off the thing. So, yeah, this is going to be life for a little while, I guess. Hey, look, we can replicate. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that sick nasty, though? But yeah, let's see here. Just a smidge of bow experience. Just a smidge here. Yeah, good old story things, but yeah, they're just gonna be doing their own little side thing, I guess, to get some stuff. And Azura should probably be fine. I mean, we'll see. We shall certainly see here. Felicia's just gonna hang out back here and get like a smidge of bow experience that she can start using magic stuff. Hello, Mika Blaze. More paralogs, yes! We're gonna be hopping back into more paralogs in a hot second here. We just did one to recruit Hizame. But for now, I just did this the wrong way. Whoops, whatever. We'll switcheroo them in a hot second. Right now, we're gonna jank out some support building to use, like, some friendship seals and such. Can flyers even get hurt by poison? Yes. Yes, luckily they can indeed. Yes is the answer. Now I need to actually queue them up to heal the one that they are supposed to. There we go. We're just doing a little bit of support building on the side here to get these two to at least get a one-sided A+ so that we can pursue a better class option thingamabob. But anyway, how are you doing today, Mika? If I'm saying that by the way, if I'm mispronouncing your name, freaking feel free to correct me. I thought I was wait, I am the one at 23 HP. I was like, wait, but it seemed like I had so much HP a second ago. We do have a large percentage of our HP, but like, Azura just doesn't have a lot of HP is also the thing. So like, boop. Okay. Well, oh. That didn't happen. That was a weird dream, wasn't it? Yeah, that was rather strange, huh? Oh, we can use a iron thing now. I should do that. I don't know why I didn't have that set up before for the whoops. Whoops. I will remedy that after this. But yeah, now you're fine with both pronunciations. Those for Micah. Okay, Micah is what I will keep in mind from now on. It's something that I probably should have asked 3,000 years ago. Oh. 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 I think I might actually need to do this again. And like just kind of pull a tactical retreat is kind of what I'm thinking here. Yeah. Just got off work and such. Sage, what do you do for work if you don't mind me asking? Okay, we'll be fine? We'll be fine. Ah! It's fine. Everything's a-okay. I should maybe adjust the doogie cam a little bit. It's seeming like you make it the pizza. Oh my god, a spicy meatball. It's spicy meatball on the pizza that you make at the. I swear, if this okay, good. Do I need to get somebody to skedaddle over there for like emergency backup? I might just. Yeah, let's just like, yeah, emergency backup for a hot second is what we'll do, and then like, yeah, let's do that, and then we do this. One of my mods is somebody who cooks and freaking will sometimes make it the pizza and whatnot. Food service surprisingly slow for a Friday today, so that was nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, I wound up going to a diner earlier today for the first time in a very long time, along with some family, and eating on like the patio outside of the diner. I literally have no idea when the last time I did that was, but it was because an aunt of mine and cousins are visiting from the next province over, so we were like, hey, let's wind up doing that, and that's what we wound up doing. And when we got there, like originally, there was nobody there, but after we were there and started waiting for our order, it just freaking like filled up and got fine, we'll do that briefly. Like, it filled up and got popular there quickly, was the thing. Like, even still with the whole, like, lockdowns not being, like, completely lifted or anything like that yet, and still a bunch of restrictions in place, it was starting to fill up there quite a bit. Like, you would be seeing more people on, like, the drive-thru and whatnot, but, you know, there's a decent bit of time there. Time to order a bunch of pizza from your establishment and take care. But yeah, the place that I was at earlier today was, apparently it has a bit of a reputation. I think that it's like a local kind of thing. A place recently opened like here. It's a place that's apparently like famous for its like milkshakes and whatnot. And they do actually make some pretty good stuff on that front. Definitely not the cheapest place to go to. So it'd probably be like one of those kinds of places that you go to like maybe once a year. Something like that. But is intriguing. It started in another city and then it came here after it started doing really well and developing a reputation. And I remember like the week that it originally like got established there was like a lineup freaking all the way down the street and it was insane. It was while we were ordering there as our kind of big group, we saw that when it came to ordering sides for us, when it came to fries and whatnot, there were two sizes, small and family size. So we're like, okay, let's order 2 family size ones and see what happens. Turns out family size there is taking like a bag that's like yay big, something like that, and just filling it to the brim with fries. So we got like 2, we didn't even wind up finishing off like 1. So we wound up having a lot of fries and a lot of them wound up going to birds. But at the end of the day, they were pretty darn good fries, I do admit. They were pretty darn good. But the 2 sizes of fries you could order were small and family size. And we thought we were making big brain plays by ordering 2 family size things. And then we wound up freaking just having like fries overload. And it was insane. And up until this point, before having that meal earlier today, I hadn't eaten anything. And it's just now occurring to me, I haven't actually eaten anything today since then. The only thing I've eaten today has been freaking a burger and like doing as much damage as I could to like the seemingly insurmountable amount of fries. And like, I don't feel hungry right now. That's like the only thing that I've eaten today. I've had like 1 meal today and my goodness, it is like the most filling meal I have had this year as of yet. So, like maybe I'll probably wind up getting some other food before I sleep tonight, but like, that was very, very filling, and it's just now occurring to me that that's literally the only thing I've eaten today. But yeah, bet that you could finish a family size and you could tackle the challenge. I was surprised. Oh, wow. Thanks, Kyle. Cool. Well. But yeah, really need to stop eating so much. Yeah, for me, I've had, like, the opposite problem. Is, like, even to this day, I probably need to, like, eat more and such. Like, for example... not so funny story, but are you gonna get a 39% crit with that on your side? Gosh darn, imagine. But not so funny story. Several years ago, I kind of had the mindset, I still do to an extent have the mindset of like, why eat when I can do other stuff instead and like be productive on like other stuff that I'm passionate about. And I, several years ago during some summer, just like was barely eating. Like, much at all? Watch us lose this still. Hold on. I'm a little bit on the edge of my seat here. Miss! Gosh darn it! He landed the 46, but I can't land the 55. I wound up not eating because I was like, why eat when I can do, like, other things? Well, it's not that I wasn't eating at all. It's just that I was, like, eating very, very little. And I developed a bit of an eating disorder that made it so I couldn't feel hunger. So there was a time that I literally had no idea when I was hungry and I had to like randomly guess. That went on for a little while. And then it developed into a thing where it was like, when I was even the slightest bit hungry, instead of feeling hunger, I got like a sharp, very unpleasant pain in my gut. That was freaking awful. And, I had probably about half a year of each of those things. It was not fun, and I gradually tried to get into the habit of, like, eating more regularly and such. And luckily, that's not the case anymore. Nowadays, I do feel like freaking hunger like a relatively normal person again, luckily. But it was not fun times developing this eating disorder just because I really was not freaking paying attention to the importance of eating and whatnot. So nowadays I do try to pay more attention to it. I probably don't as much as I should. Like, I've always lived my life as a freaking stick that's always been, like, underweight, and, like, I've been told by family, and sometimes even doctors, that, like, I should probably gain a little bit of weight, but, you know, I do at least pay more attention nowadays than I used to. I usually, like, I probably don't have as many meals as I should a day, but if I haven't eaten a lot in the day, I do always make sure to, like, get something after I've wrapped up my stream if I'm doing late night chilling before I go to sleep. My go-to midnight freaking meal thingamabob to, like, be easy to make and, like, tide me over for the day is honestly salami and cheese. Just down the hall, there's a kind of mini kitchen area and such with its own fridge, and I keep blocks of salami and packages, or blocks of cheese and packages of salami in there, and I keep a cutting board over there. And oftentimes, a lot of the time, probably more often than not, when I wrap up a stream of late night chilling, I will go over there, I will grab my cutting board, I will grab a paper towel to, like, do my whole setup on top of, so I don't have to worry about, like, dirtying the cutting board, and I can just, like, reuse it each time, essentially. And I grab some salami and cheese, I grab a knife, and I bring it here, and I create, like, a little setup on my desk here. And I cut slices of cheese, and I wrap them in pieces of salami, and it's a nice, delicious freaking thing that's, like, easy for me to do without, like, taking much time, and I can get, like, right to editing my stream that I just did. And my freaking doggy loves it whenever I bring salami and cheese in, because she always knows that she gets some. So whenever she sees me come in with that and I sit down, she always gets off of the back couch, and she lays right next to me to look cute and, like, try to get some stuff. But yeah, so I'm definitely not eating, like, as much as I probably should still to this day, but it's not so bad that I've developed an eating disorder because of it. And if it's a day that I haven't eaten a whole lot, which is a lot of days, including today, unless you count, like, the one massive meal, I'll wind up doing, like, an emergency last minute meal of the day, I guess, with salami and cheese, where I'll just eat until I'm no longer hungry, and it's like, okay, I've had enough, pack it away, put it back in the fridge, and there it is for, like, next time, essentially. So that's my experience with stuff like that. Anyway, let's just see here. Maybe a bit off topic about the pizza, but you know about Pokemon Conquest. I do indeed. That is a game that I played from before I was a content creator, and I 100%ed. I had a very painful experience 100%ing that, getting every Warlord evolved, getting all of their legendary Pokemon, getting all of their Pokemon evolved, freaking doing every single side story. It's a fun game, but, like, my goodness, when you've put in 100 hours to 100% it, doing the same repetitive thing over and over again on the same repetitive maps over and over again, it gets really, really tiring. But it is a cool game, though. But yeah, let's just see here. When you get hungry, you have to eat more than the average person to feel full. I mean, for me, it's like, I don't know if I ever really feel like, I mean, I do get to the point where I feel like, you know, I don't really want to eat anymore, but I still don't really necessarily experience, like, I really need to eat, or, like, I really, you know, freaking gotta go until I, you know, can't do anymore. It's usually just like, okay, well, that's enough for now. I'm just gonna put it away, even before it's like, I don't know, I'm probably not describing things well and such, but yeah. Complete opposite, because you mostly stress eat. Yeah, I don't think I've ever stress eaten before. The way that my body freaking deals with stress is tiredness. If I'm stressed out about something coming up or whatnot, I freaking pass the hell out. Let's invite Shiro is what we'll do. Is what we'll do this time. Like, whenever there's a bunch of stressful stuff going on in university, and I, like, really need to pay attention to studying and whatnot, my freaking, for whatever reason, the way that my body deals with that is just, like, panic, shut down, and I get tired, and then I, like, pass out, and then, so that's an issue that I have. But, you know, that's a thing, I guess. But, yeah. And more is that you're addicted to meat foods. Cooked meat is the tastiest thing in the universe for you. I honestly don't like most meats. Like, there are some that I can, like, get behind in certain form. I'm a very simple kind of person. Like, you freaking put, like, a hamburger or a hot dog in front of me, and I'll be like, sweet, delicious. But you put in front of me, like, you know, the kind of thing that you'd think that, I don't know, a freaking young man would really like a freaking massive steak or something like that. You'd think that that'd be something I'd be super hyped for. No, I cannot. Like, a lot of more, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but a lot of stuff that's like that. Like freaking steak, ribs. I cannot get behind those at all. I really don't like fish meat. I don't like a lot of things. I don't like drumsticks at all. I'm not the biggest fan of chicken or anything like that. But I freaking, you know, whenever there's like some sort of meat at like some meal anyway, I will eat it anyway because, you know, freaking, do I look like those are nutrients that I can pass up when I'm a freaking stick like this? If I wasn't, you know, eating meat when I had the chance, I would probably, like, be completely malnourished. Like, as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of, like, most instances of meat, unless they're, like, a very simple kind of easy, quick to throw together kind of format, I guess. And a lot of people will probably look at that and be like, oh, why don't you go, like, vegetarian or vegan? And the answer is because, like, you know, people who do go vegetarian or vegan need to, like, pay such close attention to their diet to make sure that they're getting all the nutrients that they need with this, like, much more selective palate and whatnot. And props to them for doing that. Like, props to it to people who can pull that off. But, like, I'm the kind of person that already doesn't eat enough as is. And, like, even in my current state, I'd probably risk, like, malnutrition. I take... Like, lately, I've literally been taking daily pills of, like, multivitamins to help give me, like, more diverse nutrients and stuff like that. Just because I already don't have diverse enough of a diet, and I don't eat a whole lot, and it's, like, honestly a health problem. But that's my situation. So I know that there are a lot of people out there that do, like, get really behind a lot of meats. I really don't like it. But I'll eat it anyway, despite disliking it, just because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need those nutrients to, like, you know, keep on trying to live my best life to the best of my ability, you know? I guess, so that's there's that. Like, if there's something like a steak or ribs or, like, fish or drumsticks or something like that, there are times that I still won't even eat it. Like, there was a dinner recently where there was a bunch of drumsticks going around, and I didn't even have any at all. But a lot of the time, I will try to have at least some of what's going on there, because it's like, okay, yeah, even though I freaking despise doing this, let's do it to, like, you know, diversify the nutrients that I'm getting and whatnot. What was I about to say? I was about to say something. I forget, though. My, oh my. Hello, Marvel. Sorry that I'm a little bit late to getting to that. We're, like, rambling about things. But you saw my Mystery Dungeon video. What do you think about it, by chance? What do you think about that? Be called to a Valhalla game, so you'll lurk BRB, just like that freaking carve, you nerd. But yeah, let's see here. Want to change things up and grind the non-DLC grinding maps? There's not really any reason. I can't really jank the healing method there, is a thing. Maybe I should eat on stream? No. The only times I've ever eaten on stream is during the 24-hour charity streams, where it's like, I'm gonna be streaming for 24 hours, I gotta eat at some point. And even so, I turn off my camera. I think people that eat on stream, it kind of grosses me out, honestly. It's like, you know, you're coming here for, you know, streams of a video game, not to have, like, a close-up camera shot on somebody stuffing their face with some. Like, some people do their whole thing on Twitch about being, like, social eating streams. I don't get it, quite frankly. I really don't get it. But, you know, there's that. I have a lot of respect for vegetarians and vegans who can never pull that diet off. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it myself. But yeah, video good, but your attention span prevents you from finishing it. Yeah, I know that's definitely a reason why a lot of YouTubers, like, gravitate towards more short form content, and something that I've thought about doing before as well. Like, my next video essay coming up, that's technically been done since last year, but didn't get the chance to be published until the next coming while because of complications, is going to be a shorter form one, for example. And I don't even know what day it's going to be published. The next video essay I'm publishing is one on Age of Calamity, and I think it's just like 20 minutes, something like that? Something along those lines? And as I was mentioning, I technically had the video done last year, but I was planning on publishing it alongside another project that never got finished, and then everything got, like, weird, and now I just plan on publishing it, like, whenever the first DLC for Age of Calamity comes out. And all I know is that sometime this month, they're probably going to announce it at E3. I literally don't know what day that's going to be. They haven't mentioned a date. It's just June 2021. So, on some day this month, I don't know what day this month, The next video essay will be a shorter form thing, and I might try out some more shorter form stuff in the near future, but like, we'll see. The same watching someone eat is just weird. Yeah, I don't think I could do it, and that's why I turn my camera off when I'm like, you know, doing 24-hour charity streams. Know the secret to watching the whole video, pausing when you're busy and coming back later. Yeah, that's definitely the way that like several of my crazier projects have to be handled. Like, I literally have a over 3-hour long video on Breath of the Wild that no way that could be done in one session. I have a nearly 3-hour series altogether of comparing Rescue Team DX to Xenoblade Definitive Edition, where it's like, yeah, no way anybody's ever doing that in one session. Like, my goodness gracious. But yeah, there is definitely a lot of projects that I've made where, I mean, that's also part of the reason that I divide my stuff up into chapters as well in a lot of my video essays, is so that it's an easy format to like pause there and come back to like the next chapter later, is probably the biggest reason that I divide my stuff up into chapters, at least lately. But yeah, well, you're sounding cheerless today. Going on like that, and I might even start to warm up to you. Oh, Rajat. Yes, I suppose I am feeling rather sad. Well, I'm sure it's nothing a few cursed amulets can't fix. Just give me 4 teeth and a thumb and I'll have a cure for you in a jiffy. Oh, no, thank you. I don't think I need any amulets. I just want to sing a while to soothe the spirits of my caretakers. Their spirits? So they are not among the living? Yes, I lost them in the deep realms. They died protecting me. Okay, Melia. I see. That is unfortunate. My condolences. But I'm surprised you care for them so much. Were they important to you? Of course. Were you not close to yours? No, I was not. They did not come near me except to give me food. My stays in the dark arts scared them off for the most parts. That sounds terrible. It was nice. And they are not to blame. I scared them intentionally. Allowed me to pursue my studies to my heart's content without distraction. But weren't you lonely? Of course not. I'm not so foolish as to overvalue human companionship. I had everything I needed. Speaking of which, I grow weary of this conversing, so if you'll excuse me. Rajat. Well, but yeah, I haven't seen the Breath of the Wild video, not because it's too long, because you have no interest in that game. I mean, most of the video is like criticisms in it. Breath of the Wild is a weird mixed bag, where essentially the biggest reason why I made the video is because I see most people who talk about that game always talk about how it's like a perfect, flawless game that's an absolute masterpiece, and like, wow, it's like one of the greatest games ever made, and I don't feel that way at all. Like, I'm very, very good at that game. Anybody that's seen my playthrough knows that I can break that game in half, and it's incredible. But the story and music just do not hit their marks. The gameplay is incredible. The gameplay isn't perfect, but the gameplay is pretty darn incredible. But the story and music just do not hit their marks. This music is next to non-existent, and the story had some good things going for it, but falters because there is like no story in the here and now. Almost all the story of Breath of the Wild took place 100 years before the events of the game. So instead of experiencing a story as you adventure across this world, it's just like, oh, from time to time you'll discover like a flashback to 100 years ago, and you'll get them in like whatever the heck order. So instead of getting to experience the story, it's like you get these random chapter synopsises from time to time, and it's whack as hell. But yeah, people are like, oh, Breath of the Wild story is a masterpiece, even though you never get to experience it, but that's besides the point. Breath of the Wild had a lot of potential with its story, but like, you know, it would have been nice to actually experience that story instead of just hearing about it in like these freaking IMDb synopsises. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let's see here. We're gonna keep on doing our thing here. But yeah, I had a lot to say about Breath of the Wild, mostly because like almost every account that I see of that game is just like, yup, it's a freaking masterpiece. It is absolutely incredible, you know? And I was tired of hearing that. I was like, no, it's not. Here's my hot take. It's a freaking fantastic game, but it has so many flaws. I forgot to change on my inventory before this. Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, simply not a fan of most open world games because it feels mostly empty. I'm not a fan of most open world games. Like, give me something like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and I'll just be like, wow, here's an ocean with a whole lot of nothing. Give me something like Mario Odyssey, and I'll find like a moon or two and just be like, wow, I've just made the rest of the moons around here even harder to find because there's even like less available in this same space, and it's gonna become even wackier and wackier and such, you know? But with Breath of the Wild, I feel like I feel like it's one of, it's one of 3 total open world games that have really, really drawn me in and like made me feel like this is a world that I need to explore. The other 2 are Xenoblade Chronicles X and Assassin's Creed 4. I would say that Breath of the Wild, Assassin's Creed 4, and Xenoblade Chronicles X are the only, like, vast open world kind of games that, like, really drew me in to explore their world. Because those are the games where it was actually, like, there's something to do around, like, every corner. Instead of being something like Wind Waker, for example, where it's just like, here's a whole lot of nothing. Travel around for 3,000 years and maybe you'll find something, but it's mostly just an empty ocean to have fun. People are gonna hate me for freaking bashing Wind Waker, but that's just how I feel about that, I guess. But yeah, get the feeling we won't see a game outside Breath of the Wild universe for a long time, not counting ports / remakes, because we did get a Link's Awakening remake very recently. Was also a thing. Boopity bop. And then, yeah, here we go. We'll get that going. I mean, Breath of the Wild is getting a trilogy. It had its prequel released last year, being Age of Calamity, and it's probably going to have its sequel, at least some more news announced about it at E3 coming up here, most likely. Wow, that sucks. That certainly sucks, doesn't it? Ah, my nose. My nose. I mean, there's the whole... Like, freaking Link's Awakening was a remake. Skyward Sword HD is not a remake, though. For sure. Like, the next video essay that I might wind up publishing, apart from this Age of Calamity one that's been done for a long time, the next one that I might wind up making that, like, production hasn't started on yet, might well be on freaking Nintendo's whole stance on classic games, including freaking situations like Skyward Sword HD. Like, Skyward Sword HD is part of the reason that I've been making it. I had the script mostly done, and I was about to record it, but I was like, wait, E3 is next week. Let's wait until E3 and see if something comes up, just in case there's, like, something else that comes up that I want to add into that video. So, the script for that video is mostly done about freaking Nintendo's whole classic game thingamabob. I forgot to switch weapons again. Gosh darn it. But I'm gonna wait until E3 to, like, you know, basically be double checking, is there anything else going on here that I need to know about for, you know, this video essay and such. Bit worried about Elden Ring since it's an open world Souls game. That's been in development for over 5 years, so you have faith in FromSoft to have it actually be like a filled up open world and such. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and place you there. Let's please not die immediately. I really need to swap around the inventories is what I need to do. Ow, I've been damaged. I've been damaged by the thing, and this is gonna be how we jank some supports. Can I pull off this? Can I maybe do it without dying? Maybe. I don't know if I can. We'll see. Darn it, I can't. I can't, though. But yeah, Age of Calamity I haven't seen outside the first 5 seconds, but guessing it's just a Hyrule Warriors clone. Well, I mean, it's a new installment of basically what I would call the Nintendo Warriors series, so you've got basically your whole new cast with completely different movesets. It freaking basically took all the things that were bad about the original Hyrule Warriors and made them good. Unfortunately, it did also introduce some new things that weren't the best, but everything that was, like, from the originals was, like, freaking way better in Age of Calamity. It's supposed to be the prequel story of Breath of the Wild, the game that I hate the story of. And honestly, the impression that I got of Age of Calamity after I played it is it was honestly my game of the year for last year. If I'm not allowed to count remakes, then Age of Calamity was straight up my game of the year last year. It was actually, like, really good, honestly. What? It freaking spawned a golem guy? Are you kidding me? Really? You're gonna spawn that dudo here? Unbelievable game. I cannot believe this. I think we might just, like, social distance from him a bit. But Age of Calamity was honestly hella good. Like, there are some parts of it that weren't the best. Like, the video essay on it that would be coming out when its first DLC comes out. Cover my favorite and least favorite parts about it, being leitmotifs and how it handles its soundtrack. And my least favorite part being how it handles player progression, which is not in the best way at all, and made me like really disincentivized to like continue playing it, even though it was a fun game, just because like the ways in which they handle player progression is like not at all, you know, fluid and freaking meaningful and all the stuff that it should be and whatnot. But yeah, it's mandatory. It's mandatory to count remakes. If we don't, we miss out on Mystery Dungeon DX. I mean, I also had some serious problems with Rescue Team DX was the thing. I did generally enjoy it, but I mean, I literally have a 3-part video essay series on everything about that plus Xenoblade Definitive Edition. Like, it's like both of them were so good, but like they could have been so much better, you know? Like, I'm so glad that both of them got a remake, and I think that's really cool. But both of them could have turned out so much better is also the thing if certain things had been done differently. Well, I'll boopity bop that. I should have given that to Felicia. Whoops. Whoopsie doopsie. That was a bit of a mistake. So, I mean, for those reasons, probably even including remakes, I'd probably still count Age of Calamity as, like, Game of the Year for last year, honestly. Like, I am definitely glad for both Rescue Team DX and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I wouldn't have a 3-part video essay series on them if I wasn't passionate about them. But I'd probably still honestly give it to Age of Calamity, which I wasn't expecting to be the case, considering how much I have a weird love-hate relationship with Breath of the Wild. But I honestly really loved Age of Calamity. If only the way that it handles player progression was actually, like, reasonable. If only. And Game of the Year games have flaws? I mean, I'm pretty sure every video game has flaws. I've yet to play a video game to this day where there hasn't been something that was just, like, really bad about it. Like, with Fire Emblem Fates, I could point out a few things, but generally, we're able to enjoy games because the good outweighs the bad. That's the reason that we're playing Fates on this channel right now, is because the good absolutely outweighs the bad, but, you know. But yeah, boopity bop. Boopity bop. We're gonna get them supports. We're gonna get them. I'm gonna run out of Healy stabs. Is slightly concerning. I might have to sell some gold bars. I might have to sell some that or hop in the freaking gold grinding map. Maybe we won't even get to any other paralogs this stream. I mean, if this is the method I want, I don't even know. I don't know what my plan here is. Quite frankly, I'm allergic to not knowing what my plan here is. My goodness, I have a lot of hours in the freaking worst route of Fire Emblem Fates, don't I? Alright, well, Azura and Caden have their freaking last thingamabob here to A that freaking was the conversation that made me feel like, you know, like these two would be the best as support partners if I was doing like a casual run, but I don't know, I'm probably not gonna freaking read this one out because, you know, the potential for it to be taken out of context and blackmailing me. I don't know. But yeah, one FromSoft Souls RPG I haven't beat due to how insanely brutal and punishing it is. Wait, for... Oh, that thingamabob, the name that I've heard before, but I know, like, nothing about. But, yeah, honestly, if I was doing, like, a completely casual run and just, like, pairing up those who I thought were, like, cute together and whatnot, freaking Azura Caden all the way, absolutely. Is what I would do. Alright, let's see these two. Asugi. What do you need? Oh, the thief that got away the other day. You're still on about that? Oh, we already settled it. No point in arguing over who was right. Yeah, I know. Which is why that's not what I came here to talk about. No? Then please enlighten me. I don't want to argue over who messed up. I want to figure out how we can do better. So if something like this happens again, we'll be able to handle it. Ah, I see. Yeah, I think that's good. Don't torture ourselves over it, just learn from it. So, you said that I should just have let you pass. Did you have any other suggestions? Well, see, I thought about it more. And there's actually a better solution. One of us should have continued to chase him while the other tried to cut him off. Ah, I see. The thief would have been heading to the nearest exit. And if you know where he's headed, you can ambush him before he gets there. Yeah, exactly. Next time anything like this happens, let's do that. I'll admit, you were right about the faster one. Or you were right about being the faster one, so you should do the chasing. And while you do that, I'll try to head them off to the exit. Off at the exit. Sound good? Yeah, perfect. Stick to the plan and we'll bag ourselves the next thief for sure. You know, you might have some brains knocking around up there after all. I'm impressed. I'll pretend that that's a compliment. Just remember the plan. I'll be counting on you, you hear? Right back at you. Wow, that was a quick turnaround after the last one, wasn't it? That was a really quick turnaround there. I might just have to freaking grind with Azura, like, off camera or something. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I have planned to do with this freaking game off camera is the thing. Ah! My goodness. But yeah. Let's see here. It's not that anything's wrong with the support. It's that there's something wrong with me freaking going into character, reading out the lines that freaking is easily gonna be taken out of context. Like, wow, remember that time that Harmonia said, let's freaking go hop into a bed and like chill with this tail or whatever the hell that support is? Like, no thanks. No thanks. I've already given so much material on this channel for people to take out of context, but I think I'm gonna pass on that one. I was talking to Reggie Bump there for the line out of context, I guess so, but like, I just meant like generally. I wish I wasn't hit by that freaking thingamabob. If only. If only. We're gonna freaking risk it for the hypothetical biscuit is what we're gonna do. That's what we do here. We're gonna Astra this nerd. Big smack. 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 No crits.
Here we go.
Slowly glide over. Bonk. Oh, Fire Emblem Fates. Ow. Oh, nice miss. Apparently that's it. Sweet.
Not my fault you're weak.
Yeah, Run in Heaven can be pretty nice. Sometimes it's useless, but sometimes it's pretty nice. Sometimes it's honestly pretty nice. Alright, we have this dude that was in here, like, almost persuaded. He's just kind of chilling there. Oh yeah, Azama can try to persuade this dudo here. But he can do.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
This is not good.
No crit with an Astra Takumi. That never happens. I know, right? What the hell? What gives? Oh, he freaking joined our group. Look at that. He's in there. Like swimwear. Look, we're getting more dudes that we're never gonna use. Isn't it great? I'm surprised that they keep their freaking, you know, lunatic weapon proficiencies. But hey, I'll take it. But hey, I'll take it, honestly. Here, take these glasses. I don't know if I have enough Healy stabs unless I spend gold bars to freaking Rhino that support right now. So we might just wind up hopping into another paralog. Because, like, the sooner we get all the child units, the sooner things will be, like, more open-ended for, like, how we handle things from here, you know? The sooner that'll come around. What's even happening in the story of this game anymore? Freaking, I think Leo sent us to go see Mr. Rainbow Sage guy. Or whatever the hell. I think if I recall, we're collecting those gold bars. We're collecting them real good. Is the thing. Can I invite anybody? Nope. I'm not gonna bother with that then. Yeah, let's continue with Paralog and whatnot, and just see if like Shiro and Asugi can build up bonds there and stuff. I don't know. Let's see.